direction. Yeah, I know, Kiro, you still have the highest crit. I really need to... I need more time in the day for all the games I want to play. Make that rhyme, ain't no crime. Alright, we're gonna settle over here. There's a bunch of colonies in the area that aren't gonna be aggressive, so we'll have lots of trading opportunities. Though there will be some raiders in the area, which is fine. Should be plenty of minables, and it's in an area where... not too hot, not too cold. Oh, it's got a really short growing period now. This one's even better. There we go. Let's make it a slightly bigger map. Okay, let's make some people. Awesome, Kirgo. What game did you get? Oh, this guy's an amazing shooter. He's incapable of scary, which means he won't fight fires. I think that's the only thing, and he's incapable of mining. But he's an amazing shot. He's an okay doctor, and he's an okay grower. The little fire basically means they get joy from doing that task, and they also learn it more quickly. I've heard that name, Kirgo, but it's a game that I've never played. Alright, now this guy... Wait, what? Oh, like all of them are related. Incapable of violence, incapable of scary. That's unacceptable, I'm sorry. Decent at research, decent at crafting, and they can do anything. We'll take this person. Incapable of being social, an excellent grower, and good with animals in melee. That's fine. An excellent cook. Excellent at melee. Yeah, I have heard of that game, okay. I'm not actually sure what it's about, but I'm pretty sure I've seen the pictures around. I mean, like, that character, the demon-like chick or something. And finally, this person. Alright, so let me do a quick recap. So we have someone who's good at hunting. Pretty much everyone is decent at growing. I think what we need is someone who's going to be really good at mining. We need a really strong miner. I'm looking at like 8+. Or at the very least 7 with a patent. Well, okay, 11 works. Creepy breathing. He's trigger happy, but slothful. That means he's going to work really slow. Alright, so this one is going to be... I love killing my mods, what can I say? You are heir to a demon lord thing, and you slept for 2 years. Okay. So it's kind of like building or reclaiming your empire-isk. It's an RPG, right? Oh, you don't play the demon chick. Oh, that's sad. Female gets to be cat. Another female gets to be... Terminator gets to be a female today. Another female. Wait, is this gonna be a... This is a colony of all women plus Akengorp. Alright. And LS. Great. Ooh, cat's kind of old. For the cave people, at least. Okay. RPGs like Tactics Ogre. Oh, okay. I never played the old Fire Emblem, but Tactics Ogre I did play. I actually bought that game on accident because I thought, for my PSP, I thought it was the original Tactics. The gods were very angry. The blood machines came at night. They swept through your village, cutting and burning your people with their blades and devil fire. Only a few of you escaped. Now, after a harrowing journey on foot, with no close friends to turn to, you must build a new home in the wilderness, like your ancestors did. Alright, so their start obviously is a little bit different than the crash landing. With the crash landing people, you have 3 people and 1 animal that's randomly chosen. And, but you have a lot more technology. These people start with practically no technology whatsoever, but you have 5 of them and 3 animals. Now, unfortunately, one of them's a cat. Cats do what they want. It claims cats have no intelligence. That's not true. You just can't train them. I've seen them haul things, small things, where they want to. I've seen them attack enemies if they feel like it. I've never seen them rescue someone. I doubt they can. And unfortunately, they also gave us a small dog. Small dogs can be trained to attack people, and that's it. They also gave us a large dog, a husky, which can be trained to do everything. They can attack distant enemies, they can rescue people, albeit they'll do it of their own volition, as you saw with the previous dog, and they will also haul things. Now, they can only haul certain things because, you know, they can't lift very heavy stuff, but they'll move stuff. And they'll move it to the designated stockpile area. They won't just, like, grab your materials and throw them off in the wilderness. Now, our people are immediately going to try to eat some pemmican, which is fine, because the cave people all start off with malnutrition and a little bit of food. So Order 1 is probably going to be getting a campfire built for cooking and starting to do some harvesting of berries. Now let's equip our people. You get a Dwarf Fortress. I've never played Dwarf Fortress. A lot of people, when they see the game, their first question is this Prison Architect? Because apparently the game has a very similar style. And to my knowledge, someone had mentioned that they actually had to get permission from the Prison Architect people to use this style. And the Prison Architect people were just like, yeah, that's fine. But, so apparently they were close enough that they were afraid that there was going to be a copyright issue. Alright, let's equip these weapons. Okay, and let our people eat their food. And then we will assign work orders and buildings and get moving. Alright, everyone is fed, so that'll make them a little bit happier. Now let's figure out where we want to set up first off. If there's any kind of, like, pre-built buildings, like, that's what we did in the last world. We found a couple of, like, there's a pre-built structure, we just have to add a couple of walls and it's done. And it might be the only one that's easily accessible. So it is. Alright, so we're gonna move all of our stuff over there. The devs of both games are friends. Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's like Red Hook and Cly, right? They had some overlap in some ways. So, oh wait, you know what, y'all? I'm a dingus. I forgot my coffee upstairs. That's the whole reason I friggin' went up there. Give me just a moment.
I apologize.
Okay, I think I'm starting to see why this this coffee was on clearance, because this one is also kind of, well, it doesn't look like coffee. It looks like apple cider. Like, it's see-through, it's kind of, it's just, it looks like it's incredibly weak coffee. Which means I'll just have to drink more to get the same caffeine effect. Sorry, I'm a little... I know, I'm gonna keep apologizing, it's what I do, but I had to put on socks and... Alright. Let's do this. First order of business is getting a stockpile area up. Alright, so we set everyone's priorities here. So, basically, I'm explaining this because I don't think Kirgo's seen it before. This is your work priorities. Now, you got back into jogging? Jogging is good for you, but it's hard on your knees. That's why I started bike riding. Anyway, priorities will go from over to this side, and it will go in a numeric order. So it'll go 1, and then it'll read over with 2, 3, 4, and then you have it where they'll never do it. Firefighting, always a priority. Fire is terrible. Patient means that if they have life-threatening wounds, they'll find a medical bed. Don't let anyone die. Yeah, I didn't do well, LS, to say the least. Alright, so we'll set doctoring to 1 for both of them. They don't really have good medical skills, but it's okay. Bed rest, that's for non-life-threatening injuries. I don't really care about that. Flicking switches, I always set to 1 because why not? They won't automatically flick switches. They'll flick a switch if you tell them to. And generally, if you're telling them to flick a switch, it's kind of important. Alright, so this is handling animals. We're just going to let Derm do that by themselves. Ray is for cooking. He can do that by himself. And hunting, I like to set hunting to 1 for everybody. Unless they have a melee weapon. Because you can't hunt with a melee weapon. Now, starting off, we're going to set everyone to construction 1 and everyone to plant cutting 1. Because I need these trees cut right away. I'm going to need the berries hauled right away. And I'm going to need the walls built, because we're going to have to, like, get our stuff together. And we're also going to set hauling to 1, because we need to get stuff out of the way. That should do. Now, we're also going to set a stockpile zone. Let's set it to right here. And for the time being, we're going to allow everything. Except chunks. Chunks are just basically like these. They're pieces of rock, rubbish, boulders, things like that. You can use a stone cutting table and you can turn that into useful materials. But as it stands right now, it's not useful. Prioritize hauling, prioritize hauling. We're going to build a roof over that area in a bit. Hauling, hauling, and finally hauling. Wait a minute. Let's get all that together. No! So Kirgo, not only does it go from this way, but it also counts from this side to this side. So basically, if both of these, like if you set everything to 1 across the board, first they would fight fires. Next, they would go lay in bed if they had life-threatening injuries. Then they would take care of other people. Then they would rest for non-life-threatening injuries. Then they would flick switches. Like, it goes down the list in addition to also going for numbers. So basically, let's look, for example, at LS's. He'll do everything that's 1, counting from this side to this side. Then it'll look through the list for 2s, and then he'll do those. Then it'll look for 3s, in this case would be mining, and then he'll look for 4s, which would be bed rest. So if there's a fire, they should, in theory, drop whatever they're doing and go take care of the fire. Now, that being said, that doesn't always happen, because they're still people. Usually they'll try and, like, finish what they're doing, or, you know, they'll just be a dingus. Do I do sports? I don't right now, unfortunately. I used to be really into racquetball, which is good exercise, but I was atrocious at it. And I also used to be an avid cyclist, and when we moved to our new house, I kind of fell out of that habit, which is a shame, because it's a great habit to have. Okay, so we're gonna have them remove the floors in here, and we're gonna put wooden